Coming to you from beautiful Flagstaff, Arizona, this is the Drinking Horn Meadcast. Join us as we take a deeper dive into mead and mead culture. And we're back. All right, we're here, Drinking Horn Meadcast. Meadcast. Nice. Nailed it. We're here, episode number 33 of the Dragon Horn Meadcast, and we are going to be talking about series... I keep saying series first. We're going to be talking about the Dragon Tea Mead Series number 2, which is... Well, we'll get into it once we pop the bottle. You want to pop that bottle? Let's pop that bottle. Let's pop that bottle. Pop bottles. Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
That was very good. So my question right off the bat then, is this a carbonated mead or no?
No, this is still.
Okay, it didn't sound like it. I mean, there's always going to be that little
bit of pressure.
Yeah. Under pressure. Oh, man. Passing it around. That right there was the sniff test from Charlie. And I'm going to walk over and grab mine.
Your headphone cushion made a nice fart noise as you...
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. Oh man, I want to almost stop it and listen to it to my. So those are my headphones, guys.
That's my shoe.
Like, yeah, those are my show. I'll edit that out. Usually that was the chair or that was my shoe. Like, no one says that was my headphone. But I promise it was. Oh, all right. I'm gonna put the bottle away there. Okay. So what we've got in our glass right now is series number 2. I keep saying series first. Dragon Tea Mead Series number 2. Which Clint, what did we end up calling this one?
Oh yeah, this one's the Elliot.
Nice. Nailed it. Yeah, Elliot. So, what color is Elliot the dragon?
Green.
Green.
Green. Like Kermie.
Green.
That was a terrible Kermit. I went Miss Piggy. Kermie. Yeah, sorry. Wow, we're off to an awesome start, and we haven't even had a sip of this mead yet. Just the aroma is... Oh, wow. Like, for a split second, my brain forgot the ingredients that we'll talk about in a second, but that...
Now you know how I feel.
Yeah, that inhale. Yeah, that's where you were at?
Yep.
Yeah, that
gone.
Inhale just reminded me of what we were drinking here. So, all right, welcome everybody. If you know Elliot, which you might already if you're listening to this Meadcast episode, it is the second in our series. And what are describe for us, Perez, what we're smelling on this? What are the ingredients we used here?
I think jalapeno is probably the first thing you get on the aroma.
Yeah.
Then as it kind of opens up a little bit more, you'll get a little bit of that fruitiness from the pineapple, and then that earthiness from the matcha.
Nice. So those 3 ingredients right there. Falcor had 2 ingredients. We have 3 ingredients in this one. Matcha green tea, pineapple, and jalapeno. A little spiciness to it. Awesome. Sweet. And the green dragon, Elliot, is obviously, people know now, our series, we match the color of the tea to the color of the dragon. And some people out there might be thinking, Elliot? What dragon is that? Charlie, where in the world does Elliot come from?
That is Pete's dragon.
It is.
Either from the 1970s Disney film or the 2000s Disney film.
Yeah, they remade it and made Elliot all CGI. CGI, is that the right term?
Yeah.
Yeah, computer-generated image. Yeah. I had to remember that for a second. Yeah, or the 70s. So I think our demographic probably mostly listening remembers the 70s one, which was, from my memory, quite a big leap in the use of CGI. I guess he was CGI too, right?
Because it was like a cartoon written on top of film or something like that.
Yeah, how the heck did they do that?
Still like hand-drawn, I believe.
And then like putting it over...
Superimposed, I think, yeah.
Yeah, but then...
probably like the same way they did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where like they actually had the little puppet that would go around and they would draw over it later on in post.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are they
That's
drawing on?
that's
though?
the magic of Disney. You
It
just
is.
never know.
That's right. I can imagine, the twinkling stars over it right now. The magic of Disney. Yeah, that's for another podcast episode. Someone else does the magic of filmmaking, but somehow they made a cartoon dragon interacting with humans in that movie. And I remember as a kid, I was like, "That's awesome! Like, I want this in my life right now. I want my own Elliot." Pete's dragon. I want it to be Nick's dragon. And then I never saw. Did any of you guys see the newer one?
I watched the new one when we were coming out with this mead.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was cool. I mean, it's a cool concept. I tried watching the old one. I just couldn't get past the musical aspect of it.
it is a musical, right? It's
Yeah.
one of those. It's like just like Mary Poppins kind of style,
Yeah.
or Bedknobs and Broomsticks, that kind of thing. I forgot about that. It is a musical. They're like dancing and sweeping the streets and stuff. So, okay. So we talked in the last episode. If you didn't listen to the last episode, we talked about the kind of the birth of this series. So you'll want to go back and listen to that, of how we came up. I wasn't really, but it's these guys. By the way, we're with the three brewers, the three creators of all of the meads, but in particular this Dragon Tea Series meads, Charlie, Clint, and Perez. Nick Perez. Nick or Perez? I mean, my name's Nick, so that's why I just say Perez.
Whichever.
Okay. So we are passing around the bottle. Nice. So the ingredients we listed there was matcha green tea, pineapple, and jalapeno. But there is another nice ingredient that we use in all of our mead, and that is our
Orange blossom honey.
orange blossom honey. Yeah, straight out of Arizona, yo. Good old Dennis Arp there at Mountaintop Honey. Shout out to him and his hard work. Beekeeping, man, I feel like it's very romanticized, as it should be, but it is hard work. I mean, that is a physical labor where you in the warehouse and picking up those giant buckets. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, weren't you just out there yesterday?
I was out. We went out to our hive, which is one single hive.
Right.
And yes, I was sweating and complaining, and I wasn't even lifting anything.
When it's over 100 degrees and you got your suit on. And
Yeah, it was 92, I think, down with our hives, and which is still it'll get hotter. And I was just working the camera, and I was still sweaty, and yeah, you don't want to be doing that very often. So he's out there in the low desert, which can be over 100 degrees, dealing with lifting those boxes, checking them, all that stuff. So anyway, those little ladies do a lot of work, but so does Dennis to get us his orange blossom honey into the bottle and to you. And I hope everybody appreciates that. I know you do. Oh, it says it's not carbonated, but I got a little burples. So can you guys describe was there anything special about this process of creating this mead, since it had 3 ingredients instead of usually most of our things only have 1 additional ingredient. So this is mixing 3 of them up. How'd that go?
So this was one that I had brought in as like a homebrew recipe. And I got kind of inspired from a juice smoothie that I got where it was pineapple and matcha. And I'd figured, trying to mix a couple different things, get some different profiles going. Plus, I love spice. Tried mixing some jalapeno in it, made one at home, and brought it in, and figured out, hey, this is a great combination. Can we, source these ingredients and figure out how to make it a full-scale batch? So
Nice.
It was kind of the starting point of, hey, try this thing I made. You guys like it? Can we make it into a much bigger scale?
Cool, Charlie. What were you thinking when he came to everybody with this thought?
Oh, we all really liked it when he brought his homebrew in. It didn't last very long. I think we drank most of it real quick, so it definitely hit us all right.
Nice. Clint, what about you? You're a little bit of a spice fan, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, he gave me a look like, duh. So what was your thought when you brought that homebrew in?
I thought it was pretty good. I was just kind of wondering like how he was. We were going to clarify it later on, mostly. But as soon as we got the actual homebrew in and I tasted it, I was like, yes, more.
Yes, more, please.
More.
Nice, cool. And so, did you make any other iterations of that besides matcha pineapple and jalapeno?
At home, you mean?
I guess yeah. I was thinking, did you bring in any to try here? But yeah, at home.
Nothing special with that one. I just made that first batch on a small scale to figure out if it was going to even work. I mean, especially with matcha, that can be a pretty gunky powder if you're trying to dissolve it. It settles out to the bottom. So.
Yeah. Charlie, in the brewing process, thinking about coming up with some kind of system to deal with that powder. How'd that process of figuring that out go?
Well, we had recently kind of introduced we've got multiple stages of filters, and we kind of introduced a new stage 0 filter.
Oh, wow.
It's a little secret of ours. I can't go too into it, but the stage 0 helped us out quite a bit, and it ended up going through just fine.
Nice. And the amount of matcha green tea that came through in the final product, Clint, how's that to you?
Well, I was surprised how much flavor is still there. There's quite a bit more of the original matcha flavor still there that actually works very well with the jalapeno. So
nice. That's perfectly answered, because that was my thought. I was like, well, if we introduced more filtration or stricter filtration, did it come through? But it sounds like it did.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think we only used half of the matcha that we bought. Kind of to Charlie's point from the last episode where we talked about how we incorporate these flavors and trying to start small, that way we don't overdo it. You can always add more, but you can't necessarily take it out once it's in there. And yeah, after that first taste test, we were like, wow, this is pretty much already where it needs to be. I don't think we need to add any more.
Cool. So you nailed the matcha on that part with a little bit of new technique and stuff. I'm interested in the jalapeno because, like you said, you can't take it back. How did you guys introduce a spice? Because when I drink this, and everyone probably has a different
tolerance,
interaction tolerance, with this. When I drink this, I get jalapeno flavor, but I am not hit with I'm not like, ooh, this is spicy. Right. Kind of thing. Which I mean, anyone who knows a jalapeno, that's kind of what it is. It's more flavor than spice, but there is spice. And so, was there any challenges to introducing both the spiciness of the jalapeno and the amount of jalapeno you needed to use? Was there any any special challenges with that?
I don't know about challenges. I mean, when I did this at the homebrew scale, when I tried to incorporate these ingredients, I also want to make sure everything's sanitary going in there. So I just got a bunch of fresh pineapples and fresh jalapenos, cut them up and roasted them, just because I figured that's going to do a bit in flavor, bringing out some more complex character, but also making sure that it's sanitary. So when we did this in the full scale batch, same thing. I want to say I had something like 20 pounds to start with. Had to cut them all up, had to roast them. That took quite a while, just going tray by tray in the oven to get them nice and charred. Put them in some freezer bags, froze them, and brought them back in so that we could make sure that it was all sterile and ready to go, and soaking them into our mead to get that flavor incorporated. It's just kind of a waiting game, checking on it every day to make sure that we've got that flavor that we want and it doesn't go too far.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you didn't add it all in at once. You didn't do like a ratio of the homebrew and just go for it. You added a little bit at a time, Charlie?
Yeah, just a little bit at a time. And I think the roast was really key. It was right on point. But to me, that really just kind of mellowed out the jalapeno. You can still taste it. It's really prevalent. But, that roasting just brings forth a flavor that I wasn't expecting, It's really good.
Yeah, I think one of those off flavors that we always want to avoid using, like fresh, probably more vegetables than anything, is that bell pepper taste. Trying to avoid that. So obviously roasting it, you help get some of that moisture out, get some of that off flavor so that you're not just having like a bell pepper drink.
Yeah, that vegetative almost kind of flavor to it. That's a great point. And I am ashamed to say I didn't know that we roasted those jalapenos before putting them in. I need
Brewers secrets.
Not anymore. So I could be using that as my description as well. So roasted jalapenos, and then when you think jalapeno or any kind of pepper, it's pretty natural to go with a fruit to pair it with, that sweet with that spicy. Was pineapple the instant thought? And I guess this comes from your homebrew, Perez, but was that the instant thought for us, or did we kind of play in our minds with another fruit?
That was my instant thought. I mean, I've had plenty of, it's again going to that commonality. I see a lot of like hot sauces and a lot of combinations that already use that. So it's like, if that's tried and true, it works well. People have already kind of made those blends and it works. We've already got a hot mead. I don't think we needed to try to find like a ghost pepper or a scorpion pepper or some bird's eye pepper that needs to go in there because...
Ooh, bird's eye.
Right?
Haven't heard of that one.
Just, keeping it balanced. I think that was always the struggle that I brought from homebrewing was that usually when I make stuff, I try to make it really weird. So trying to bring it to a commercial level and figuring out what the balance is so that, people want to drink more than just one glass of it before being like, oh, it's too hot. I don't want any more.
Yep. I agree with that. I know there's what would you call them, hotheads out there or something like that always say like, well, it's not spicy enough for me, or this isn't even spicy. But yeah, we're slinging it across the bar and across the state. You can't, our Mango Reaper I think is spicy enough. In fact, I think you brought in a cider that had, and we won't name what it is or who it is, but it had was it Reaper or Ghost? What?
It was Reaper pepper. Trying to think of what the other fruit was. I want to say it was peach in there as well.
You probably can't remember because you can't taste anything but once that spiciness. At least for me, it was
just pure capsaicin in a jar.
Yeah. And so that's a cool experience and all, but we're trying to create a pleasurable experience over one glass or two or three.
Yeah, especially if you order that at the bar and it's like, okay, now I don't want to have anything else because either my taste buds are ruined or I don't trust that anything else is gonna work out taste wise. So
yeah.
Well, what's worse is like anything else you have from that point on is just going to taste like pepper because it's still in your mouth.
Yeah. It like comes with a glass of milk or something to get rid of that. So the matcha green tea. Was there ever a thought of a different green tea, or was it always going to be why matcha? I guess is what I'm wondering.
I think blend wise, it was just what I had started with. I guess we could have tried some different green teas and tried some brewing, but I thought it was just an easy way to get it in there. I mean, it's already powderized and ready to mix and ready to dissolve.
Powderized.
Right?
Yeah.
Just simplicity's sake, we were able to get it in a bulk size, and why break it if it's is that the thing? Why fix it if it's not broken?
There we go. Yeah. Why break it if it's not broken things?
Why break it if it's already broken?
Fix broken, break fixing things. Yeah.
Words hard.
Clint, you over at the Mead Hall, have you heard what are the reactions that you've heard to Elliot, to the jalapeno? Have you kind of listened in to people at the bar talk about the spiciness level? Are there people that are saying it's too much, it's too little?
I mean, considering Arizona, most people when they taste it, they're like, huh, where's the spice?
Yeah. So more people have kind of been, saying it's on the... Whoa.
Pardon me.
Charlie reaching for the bottle.
For mead.
Yeah.
Goes after it's like, bonk.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me fix it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of hard to say where, we get a lot of people that are traveling. Obviously, we're like gateway to the Grand Canyon here, where some people think ketchup is too spicy. So
yeah, you get a lot of that sort of Midwestern person that really cannot handle spice. So it's like, we'll be cautious.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I'm right there. That's me too. I mean, I enjoy experiencing some of the spicy but I definitely, we went to a hot chicken place yesterday on our way home, and they had the zero on there, and I ordered that. So I'm right there. But this, we say don't fear the Reaper, but definitely don't fear this. It really is jalapeno flavor and not spice for sure.
It's pretty mellow.
Yeah. But the flavors and the aroma, that was the first thing when you take a whiff. You're like, ooh, there's a pepper in here. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder if that maybe scares people at first, and then they take that drink and they're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. So looking at the label, which I don't have in front of me, but the bottle is over there, we have, again, it's our Dragon Tea Series. So we have our in-house, not in-house, our resident. No, he's not a resident either. He's actually out of state. He's in Missouri.
Iowa.
Oh, Iowa. Okay,
Yeah.
But you know him from Missouri.
Yep.
Okay, so And what was his moniker?
Benjamin Black.
Benjamin Black, yes. Does all of our labels, and he created another banger with this one, our second in the series with Elliot. And he used the 70s cartoon Elliot for this one.
Yeah, I figured it was a tough choice between the two, but the CG, like later Elliot, was just a little bland as far as dragons go. It just kind of looked like every other dragon, whereas the 70s version one, like very cartoony, of course, and just kind of looks dumb and happy, and
way more recognizable. Someone
Right.
sees that, they're more likely to know where it comes from. They see the 2010s version, and they're like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's got that big old schnoz and the big old pink fluffy hair on this one, and yeah, kind of doofy. I do remember in the movie, he was super kind and friendly, but I remember when someone messed with Pete in one of the scenes, like he had it out. I don't remember if he like burned down a building or something, but he was very protective and very fierce. And I think that kind of goes with this mead too. It's very friendly and very gentle, but it does have that jalapeno on there with a little bit of spiciness to it. So it kind of fits that dragon. Was that? I don't know if it was at all, but was that a thought when coming up with the?
yeah, it all comes together.
Yeah,
It's a unique mead, and he's a unique character.
he absolutely is, and he makes me want to go try to find that. I wonder if you can even see that movie anymore, like streaming wise, or if you have to get those. I'm reminded of those plastic clamshells with the VHSs in them that were like super sharp around the edge.
Disney Plus.
Yeah. Disney Plus. Oh yeah, they
Disney
got-
Plus has them both.
There we go, right there, Disney Plus. So if anyone wants to pay for my subscription, just send me the information at nick@drinkinghornmeadery.com. Cool. Anything else about Elliot, about this series, the matcha green tea pineapple jalapeno?
It's one that I'd say normally if I went someplace and saw a drink with jalapeno in it, I love eating jalapenos, but I don't know if I would go for a drink right off the bat. But this is one that was really surprising to me on how much I like it.
Nice. Well, I think everybody likes it because it is going pretty fast. It had a slower start because Falcor overlapped it, I think, the initial one. So there was 2 Dragon Tea series out, but now that it's gone, we're seeing Elliot move pretty quick. So if you are listening to this anytime in the near present around June, July 2023, and you want this, you might want to grab it now before it is gone.
Got to catch them all, right?
Got to catch them all. That's right. And we will have 4 in the series. So honestly, if you've got a Falcor, grab an Elliot and then collect all 4. That would be pretty cool. I know I'm doing that. So did you guys get your bottles?
I did. They're going to look nice, all 4 of them on a shelf next to each other.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be so rad. So cool. So, all right, cool. Well, thanks again for joining me on the Meadcast, guys. It's always a pleasure to have the people who have their actual, mitts in the process and hear about the stories behind the meads. And will you guys come back for our 3rd release?
Most likely.
If
Maybe.
you invite me.
Oh, man. All right. Well, while I sit here and try to convince them to come back for the number 3 and number 4 series, thank you again for joining us on the Drinking Horn Meadcast. Meadcast. And as usual, please just word of mouth is the best way to get this Meadcast out. If you enjoyed it or you know someone who loves bees, mead, or cool Viking stuff, let them know about the Meadcast and spread the word so we can spread the awesome word of mead to everybody. And yeah, that's it. Well, cheers, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
got
so
one more
much.
thing.
Oh,
These are all available online, right?
that is right.
Ah.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Well, Falcor's not.
True, that one's out. But
Yeah, but if you are out of state in one of our states, I think we're at around 38 states now we distribute to, go online, drinkinghornmeadery.com, and grab some of these and some of our other, 20 different flavors that we have available. And they make great gifts. They make, it ages perfectly well, so you can grab them now and save them for later. And yeah, make sure you grab them. Thank you, Prez, online at the Mead Hall or at select bottle shops around the state. And with that, yeah, Skal.
Skull.